Jack Mallers, the Strike CEO, says the Bitcoin price action is likely to tackle multiple six figures at neck-breaking speed, and it'll eventually hit $1 million per coin. So let's break this down for you. Welcome to everyone just joining us. Massive shout out to everyone out there. So he was recently interviewed on Fox, and this is where he shared Bitcoin is going to hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin. I agree with him, and here's a little more insights to what he shared in this specific interview. The CEO of Lightning Network wallet Strike says one catalyst can trigger a surge for Bitcoin, which would swiftly see it hit six-figure price tag. And how many of you agree with Jack Mallers? In the interview, he says that he envisions Bitcoin eventually being worth hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin as the US government continues to mount more debt. Quoting him here, "Oh my gosh, this thing is going to hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin. The US government is in so much debt. The way I think about Bitcoin's price, it equals technology plus fiat liquidity. So it is going to go up because it's innovative tech and is better money." Preach. But what really shoots it up at neck-breaking pace is when our government is tens of trillions of dollars in debt and has to roll that debt over. So you get a lot of money to print and financial assets are going to soar. Bitcoin goes up most because it's the hardest to make more of. Facts. Every other asset out there they can make more of. They can find more gold. They can print more money. You name it. Bitcoin's the only one with the finite limited supply, making it perfect money. So according to Mallers, the government will continue to print money to prop up the economy rather than opt for the hard reset, a move that will cause the assets such as stocks and crypto and gold to soar. Quoting him again, the government has a third option, which is unique to them. They can print the money that they are missing, and when they print the money that they are missing, they are stealing from all the people that hold US dollars. The only way to save yourself is to not own dollars, and that's when you see things like the S&P and gold and Bitcoin soar. That's what is going to happen over the next 2 years. And to watch this interview he did on Fox, check the show notes below the video in the description. I also transcribed another interview he did. I think it was also on Fox, and he shared some very powerful insights I want to share with you. If silver is going to 1000x, I will walk into my kitchen right now, I will melt all my silverware, and I will sell it at market. If gold is going to rally, Elon Musk will find more on Mars. This is a super important point. Bitcoin is the only monetary instrument in the history of our species that is fixed. It does not matter how much more demand comes into the asset class. No one will ever be able to make more of it. There are two things I can guarantee you in my life. Number one, that I'll die. And number two, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. Preach. And those are the two things that I can only value. It's my life and my Bitcoin. So it is the only fixed supply asset. It is not that complicated. It's going to go up because everything else can be issued more. He makes a brilliant point here. The only thing that is clear to us and clear to our customers is that you cannot hold and save in dollars anymore. Tell them. I think there is going to be a new era of the US dollar where inflation will enter and normalize 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. The days of 2% inflation are over. The Fed really blew this thing up. You can call it inflation because the CPI is a load of nonsense, right? Amen. Like the government is going to tell me how the dollar is inflating based on a basket of instruments. Like my Netflix subscription or my Caesar salad doesn't actually tell me how the dollar is doing or how much it is being devalued. Miami real estate does. Bitcoin does. Bitcoin is up over 50% this year, now up roughly 140%, just FYI. So you're telling me the dollar isn't inflating? You're out of your mind. I'm not listening to that. The Fed and the whole monetary system is based on trust, and they constantly break that trust. It would be the equivalent to there's a fire outside my house. I smell the smoke, and someone tells me, nah, it's a bunch of teenagers putting on a bonfire. Okay, but I hear one police siren. Are you sure it's a bonfire? Oh, yeah, it's a bonfire. Now I hear 10 sirens, 100 sirens. Now my whole community is running out. I'm not going to get up and look outside the window to see what's going on. I don't believe them for a second. You have to be absolutely crazy to believe the Federal Reserve right now. They're full of it, and I don't have to because I own Bitcoin. Word. There's no one that can deflate my instrument. I get to hold it, save in it. I know the monetary policy. I sleep like a baby, like the baby face that I am. I think you're crazy to believe the Fed and these swap lines and treating these assets at par. It is a gimmick. It is a scam. Very powerful words coming from Jack Mallers. I shared this back in August. It got a lot of love, so I wanted to share it with you today. We already got 371 retweets, 1.8 thousand likes. So if you like that, let me know your feedback. Also, he shared Western Union can't allow me to pay for my coffee. Visa won't allow me to remit money. Lightning does both and better, and open and global. And so you guys come out and play on my court, and let's see who can develop the best experience for the customer, because I bet all of my life I can build a better experience on the Lightning Network than Jamie Dimon, aka Jamie the Tapeworm Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase. Preach, and massive shout out to Jack Mallers. Now to his $1 million price prediction he shared in a different interview. I want to highlight some of the highlights from this speech that he gave, because it's also very powerful. Here's what he says. I shared with you there are only two things that he can guarantee in his life. One, that he won't live forever, and nobody can create more than 21 million Bitcoins, which is the truth. He also shares that my overall opinion is the name of the game is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. Regarding the altcoins, he says they're interesting, but a lot more speculative. I use them to accumulate more Bitcoin. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. He also pointed out Bitcoin being hitting $1 million, and he says it will hit $1 million, fueled by global hyperinflation. And I feel we're experiencing that just right now with the US dollar. They always claim 2% inflation, it's under control. It's a load of nonsense. They make up the numbers, they fudge the numbers, they pull them out of thin air so you could perceive whatever reality they want you to perceive. That's the nature of the beast. Trust nobody, verify everything. Stack sats, we're at 38,900 right now. Bitcoin's pumping, we up 1,200 bones on the day. Let's go.